I didn't spot check this episode. So, this is one of my favorites. Good day, good people. Another fine day in the year of the vibrant Toon Link Day Bravo. Anomaly, I should probably just put anomaly here. Y'all can barely see anomaly. Look at this. I think this is the first time all four of them are together. The gang's all together for the first time. Oh my gosh, usually Anomaly was on a whole nother side of the wall. Yeah, the whole gang. Toon Link Day Bravo, Anomaly, the Neil Macars, even Hankins down there. We got a whole lot to look at. It feels real good today. First of all, 100 line, 100 endings is now complete on the channel. We have a complete playthrough of 100 line. Some 100 line characters have been introduced into the series already. However, now we're officially done, so we can officially go through that, like, that whole list. This is... There's no major spoilers. I'm going to stay away from any major spoilers. There, I guess, are a couple spoilers if you haven't finished the first 100 days, but if you've done even really, like, a route and a half, there's no spoilers in the episode for you today. I've made sure of it. That being said, I think it's time to start this episode. Once again, I have not really proofread because this is one of the ones where I kind of just, I get there, I take all the names, and I'm like, let's do it. So some names, I even see a name that's wrong right now, and we're gonna leave it like that. We're leaving all the wrong names. I hope it's just the one. Let's get started. We're starting with C-Ray and Monokuma. C-Ray, you know, in charge of the 100 line Last Defense Academy. And Monokuma, we got a couple mascots here, and a couple more mascots. Inigo and Jin. That's right, our girl Jennifer is here today. And we love her for that. Darumi, the master, very clearly we're trying to kind of mix and match kind of personalities of these characters. Who does this character most remind me of in 100 line to Danganronpa? I have actively, I know at least, seen, look, I've seen an AV call Darumi Ibuki during that playthrough, so yeah, I just want to point that out there. So Darumi is with Ibuki. They have similar energy. I don't know if their vibe clearly aesthetically is the same, but and their energy is the same. However, they're not like soul linked, you know what I mean? Team Viper, Eito and Nagito. Yeah, if you've played the game, I don't think not much explanation needs to be had here. This is just correct. Team Panda, we have Hiruko and Kyoko. This one was a little tough because I don't think there was anyone who really gave me like true Hiruko vibes from all of the Hiruko that I have experienced. Whereas I kind of just took a step back and thought to myself, like, who would be smart? Who would be wise? Who would have a similar scent? And so I picked Kyoko. And I'm not mad at this decision, but I think that this I think is one of the ones I'm the least like attached to in terms of like, yeah, they're a pair made in heaven. But I can see the similarities. We'll go to Team Mongoose. Hate this guy, and I don't hate Kazuichi, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. They give me a kind of similar vibe. But I don't hate Kazuichi's hat. He's broadly fine. Gaku is I hate that guy. Team Griffin. Now, I almost paired Yugumu up with Corey in the house, because, you know, I thought, you know, at first I was like, oh yeah, similar vibes there, and then I realized there's somebody who I had to put Corey with, and it would have been a mistake, and the entire comment section would have been like, you didn't pair these two up? So I picked Jack instead. And I feel like these two could get along, kind of, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I think Yugumu was admittedly a little bit more sane than Genocide Jack, but I digress. Team Spider, Kako and Ima. We got a couple little sisters. Who in the end, want to kind of prove what they've got. Kind of separate themselves from the idea of being their brother's little sister. One of them has more of a brother complex than the other one, I kind of feel, but I digress. We go to Team Boar, and these are the same character. This is that meme of, they show me two pictures, and they ask me to tell them apart, and I'm like, that's the same picture. If you put that tomato mask on Crazy Hiyoko, it's the same character. Team T-Rex, Kyoshika and Peko. Once again, these two not all that similar, but they both have a way with a sword. I don't think there was anyone that really like screamed. Kyoshika is also a very interesting case. There's a couple characters in this game where I'm like, that's an interesting case where I don't know if anyone really is a close relationship to you, but you know, through the way of the sword, these two would be good sparring buddies. And speaking of good sparring buddies, we got Moko and Akane. Once again, I think Moko has more aura than Akane, but boy, would they have one heck of a match. Team Owl. So this one, when I look at Nozomi, I'm like, which one of you characters is the most like normal girly? And I was like, let's just go Kaede. I feel like those two are pretty normal-ish. Both have a kind of protagonist relation at points, you know what I mean? I digress, we'll continue. Team Wasp, Shoma and Ryoma. They're both small little dudes, their hats are even similar, and they both have a poor sense of self. These two just work together, not much explanation needed. Now, Takamaru, I almost paired up with Mondo, actually. And then I realized, I feel like he's actually more Nekamaru than he is Mondo, while Takamaru is like a part of a biker gang, quote unquote. I feel like he more so gives off this guy looks like he's stereotypical big beefy biker dude or big beefy guy, but in actuality he's just a really nice, kind, good citizen. Like Takamaru gives off that vibe too, so I put these two together instead. Team Dragon. These are plucky protagonists, let's keep it a buck. I think both of these are two guys that are just like, I'm just a normal dude, you know what I mean? Thrust into this situation when actually there is some unknown secret about both of them. That being said, there's an unknown secret about several of these characters in this game. Maybe even all of them, but I digress. Tsubasa and Mew. And I don't think these two are alike at all. Tsubasa is really tough. I was gonna put her with My Hero at first. And then I said to myself, I think purely based on the ability to make pretty much anything, I have to put Tsubasa with Mew. But Mew wishes she were Tsubasa. Mew wishes she had the Riz that Tsubasa has. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Let me talk to you. Ima and Corey, if you know, you know. If you don't, they love them some sisters. And last week, I wasn't gonna include these three originally, but then I said to myself, you know what? How can I not? We got Miss Ava, because I know we got some Ava lovers in the comment section. Put your ones up for Ava if you love you some Ava. Here with Hiroko, I will not explain. Team Wolf, we have the Flame Boy with Kibo, and I actually think these might be, if you know the whole story of both of them. I don't know if it's the strongest match, but I think it is contention for the strongest match. I think that it's pretty strong between these two. I think you have to know kind of the ending for both of them, but I think there's a strong link that you can make between these two. And lastly, we have Vesnus and hold on. Saint. Actually, hold on. Might as well double down. And you know, we'll triple down. Just real quick. Oops. Hit the Windows button. There we go. All right, great. We got Team Saint. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, how I'd love to be in that number. Welcome to Saint Vesnus and Saint Junko. Blessed be. It's the good girls. So that is all that we have for this episode. It is going to be a fun little episode, so I think we could honestly get down to it. For my 100-liners, for my 100-line fans, which is actually a lot of you, which grouping do you think is the best here today? And also tell me if there's a character here that you think you would pair with another character. Who is the best grouping, who's your favorite grouping, and if you see a character here, or if you want to pick your favorite Danganronpa character who's not here. Because there were a couple people that I was like, I could put you with you. Like, there was a world where I could have put Kokichi here, but I was like, I think Nagito's a better fit. There were some like edge cases for a lot of these characters. Who do you think is the best edge case, or maybe even is a better case for one of these characters? Let me know that in the comments below. I think I'm ready to start. Tonight is Inferno, tomorrow's Trails, and today is Hunger Games. Remember, top 2 are going on to the season 19, goodness gracious, premiere. We got all these characters. We got a half 100 line come through today. We'll find out. It is many of their first games. Some of these competitors have competed before. Tsubasa, I think, has competed, and maybe Nozomi, maybe Gaku, I don't know. We'll continue though. Start round 1 as we see the Horn Bears. And they do what they do. Sound them. Thank you, Horn Bears. Very fantastic. Kako doesn't really understand what's happening. She's like, what is a Hunger Games? Well, it's not the first killing game you've been a part of. Kyoko finds a boombox, time to play some sick beats. Nekomaru stumbled upon a yeet ball. Takumi sets down a trap. Kibo steals Nekomaru's yeet ball and runs off with it. Ibuki is ready to defend her friends. Tsubasa wanted to build a machine that makes Yakiniku. Nagito accepts the shadows. Nagito gains a power persona. Ava tries to get others to notice her. Kori is in the house and does his best to avoid Ima. Yugumu looks for stuff to scrounge. Ryoma kills Nozomi before Kaede can react. There's nothing Kaede can do. And Peko challenges Mew and Nigo to an anything goes pancake eating competition. And surprisingly enough, my Nigo enters the World Pancake Championship match. Wow. Alright, Nigo. My Migo. Shoma finds a skateboard. Time to do some sick moves. Okay. I wouldn't expect Shoma to be doing sick moves. I think he would be sickened. He would say, I'm sorry, I have to sicken you with my moves. Actually, I'm locked back in on that. Kazuichi finds a new feather and places it on his pimp hat. Monokuma seems unshaken by any of this. Jin tries to, I forgot already. Keep trying to tell a joke but always falls flat. Saying Junko steals Kibo's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Kaede sits there with a blank stare. Sirei steals Saint Junko's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Ima finds Pilot. Thank you for bringing Pilot back to her tank. You know what, Ima? That's my guy. Crazy Yoko isn't sure whether to cry, laugh, or tear her hair out. Gaku trips and falls flat on his face. Good. Deserved, and get a new hat. Komaru wonders about the future. Nigo thanks Jin for being there for him. Saint Vestnix accepts her shadow as Saint Vestnix. He gains the power persona. Yikes. Hajime has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Takamaro feels strong enough to handle anything. The air country potential and Kiyoshika grant her an animo vision. Hiroko walks into a very strange machine. Her molecules got all rearranged. She's got ghost powers. Flame Boy accepts the shadows. Flame Boy, he gains the power persona as well. Kurara. You know, every so often I'm like, I wonder what persona this character would have. Kurara builds a rocket who's gonna take a trip. Eito finds my climate change remote. Big yikes, if anyone's gonna push the chaos button on that remote, it's probably him. Moko steals Siri's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Genocide Jack finds a pillow, so sleepy. Nozomi's lifeless body is writhing with maggots, and Akane knocks out Kazuichi in a fist fight, puts a death star on him. Durumi draws a demon summoning circle on the ground, you know, for fun. For fun. Hiroko finds a hat rack, so many hats, we've lost just 3 of our game of 40. I didn't realize we have 40 characters. I didn't count. But what I do count is 3 Gon and a Claire de Lune 4. Nozomi. Pekka. Mew. We've got items a-brewing. That means chaos and maybe trouble is a-brewing. For my Blood on the Clock Tower fans, we must go on. Next round sees trouble brewing. Oh, what kind of trouble could be brewing? It is round 2. Crazy Yoko's bad brain turns into a horrible person. Siri gets caught in one of Takami's traps. What a stupid mistake. All I can hope to do is hope to be freed. Hilarious. Gaku attempts to kill Darumi, but Ibuki intervenes just in time. Ibuki had to kill Gaku to protect Darumi's life. First of all, Ibuki. That's from Darumi. Kazuichi formally invites Nigo to join his harem. Nigo graciously accepts. What? Thank you, Mr. Kazuichi. Akane tries to kill Yugumo, but Yugumo retaliates and kills her instead. Jin accepts her shadow as Jin gains the power of Persona. Kako steals Moko's G-Ball, runs off with it. Takami ambushes Nagito, gets rid of him. Moko uses a tidal bolt to hit Flame Boy from behind, leaving him dazed. Tsubasa builds a machine that might revive Mew. Electricity surges through Mew's body. She's back with a TV for a head. I wonder if she'll survive the round. Ibuki finds a dapper suit and puts it on. Kaede will use a mysterious gas to knock out Kyoko and Monokuma. Death calls on both of them. Monokuma traps Ibuki in a box and ships it to Brazil. Kibo finds a belt of Pokeballs. Jack is sick and tired of playing nice rather than turns heel. Darumi checks up on her summoning circle and surprise, a demon comes out. Demons for everyone. Sweet. I hope it's not a monster backwards. Oh no, Veshness. Saint Veshness. By the way, found a dimensional side, she's about to be cutting fools up. Except she will not. Hajime sets up the table for grabbing Tsubasa and a headlock, then suplexes Tsubasa through that table. Flame Boy puts a death collar on Ima. Hiroku's, It started when an alien device did what it did. It stuck itself up on Hiroko's wrist with secrets of the hid. Now she's got superpowers, she's an ordinary kid, she's Hiroko 10. Will she have a chance to use those is the real question. Kurara straps Saint Junko to her rocket and sends it to the moon. Saint Junko never returns, but she is the new moon goddess. She's coming for you, Columbina. Shoma doesn't know how to skateboard, but he doesn't know how to swing one around. Moko, Saint Veshness, and Ryoma are caught in the wake of Shoma's path to destruction. That fiend. Nekomaru finds a leather bikini and puts it on. This has been a really bloody day, actually. Oh my gosh. Monokuma sneaks up on Kyoko, but Kyoko's known that she's been followed for ages, able to counterattack and kill Monokuma. Takamaru feels sorry for Siri for using him from the trap. Nigo relentlessly kills Jin in the name. You killed your own partner in the name of Kazuichi? Nigo! Oh my gosh. Archon Secret Pistol and 8-togram Dendro Vision. Could I see him as Dendro? You know what? Knowledge, that's not a far cry. Ava challenges Takumi to a duel. Takumi bites the dust. Ima looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Hiroko shoots blast energy from her hands at Cory. Cory is unable to survive the blow. Mew feels unsure of herself. I guess she's alive again, and then she's not. Komaru bashes that TV head and again says, no TV heads, nah. Crazy Yoko tries to creep on Kiyoshika. Kiyoshika creates a gust of wind beneath her and escapes, and Yugumu finds a sack of apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. and you know what? I think that's for the best. We lost 3 last time, and now we have lost 13. How unlucky for the few that are gone. Actually, I think we technically lost 14 because Mew came back, but I digress. It's a Claire de Lune 4. Gaku, Akane, Nagito, Ibuki, Tsubasa, Saint Junko, Moko, Saint Veshness, Ryoma, Monokuma, Jin, Takumi, Cory, Mew. Every time I read Jin, my brain shuts off for a second. It's like, who? We have a standard sized game left. We already are almost halfway through, which is crazy, but I digress. We must continue in this 100-line themed episode. I think I may add their infusers to the game. I think that would be a little neat addition as an item. We may do that. That may be a thing. We'll go to the next round and we'll see. And it could be like pretty neat if someone finds one, they use it, it's like, oh my gosh, they are compatible with Hemoanima. Or they try and use it and they're not, and they perish, you know what I mean? Hiroko transforms into an alien with a flame body, shoots white-hot fireballs at Shoma, turning him to ash. Kaede has a blank expression. Seems unresponsive to what's going on. Hajime attempts to kill Takamaru, but Nekamaru intervenes to protect him. Unfortunately, Nekamaru dies in the attempt. Ima steals from his sister dearest? Now, if that is so uncanon. Nico finds some moon shoes. We're not liable for any broken ankles. Darumi has been on the heels of, has seen the heels running wild, determined to make things right and turns face. Okay, Yugumu munches a Granny Smith apple. It was pretty delicious. Eito misses the spooks and jump scares and turns the arena calendar to October. Spooky season is here with a vengeance. Jack gets a rotten pumpkin from Avi's Wares and Despairs. Hey, those are from last year. You can't blame us if they're rotten. Takamaru jumps into a pile of leaves. Unfortunately, they were covering a pit. Takamaru falls in and perishes. Rest in peace. Crazy Yoko is already waiting for winter vacation. Flame Boy puts a death collar on Kiyoshika while she's asleep. C-Ray and Ima are in a costume contest. C-Ray is dressed as Pikachu, while Ima's a Reaper, same as every year. Ima slices C-Ray with a scythe, same as every year. That's what I expect from Eito, but I guess he's getting blasted off. Hiroko shoots a blast of energy from her hands at Nigo. Nigo is able to avoid the damage. Kamaru calls back on the moment she took the Knight's Oath and valiantly dons the Knight's armor once again. Kyoko and Hiroko practice their routine. What routine, you may ask? I don't know. Kibo tosses out a Pokeball. Out comes Moltres. Moltres uses Fire Blast, burning Eito and Yugamu alive. Kako has been hot on the trails of Kurara for days now. She thinks she's gotten away, but Kako has deduced her location and delivered the final blow. She got her detective ability. Kiyoshika used the gust of wind to blast Kazuichi right off a cliff. Takami's writhing with maggots. And Ava's got a fishing rod. She can catch all the fish. Boom, 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 boom. Congratulations, Ava. You could win by catching all the fish. Will you do so? Probably not. It's a clear day Luna 4. Shoma, Nekamaru, Takamaru, C-Ray, Eito, Yugamu, Kurara, Kazuichi. Nekamaru protected Takamaru with his life, and then Takamaru died anyway. That's crazy. The very next death. Oh, poor boy. We have 16 left, 6 more into your saving grace picks. What will we be at next round? I'm not sure. There are some shenanigans at play. We'll see how those shenanigans go as we click the next round, and we see Kamaru prints out a bunch of invitations for her Halloween party. Oh my gosh! Hiruko gives Hiroko a fedora, tips it, and smiles. Oh boy. Flame Boy put a death collar on Ava while she's asleep. Kyoko cycles through the songs to dance to. Genocide Jack sits to their pumpkin outside of their camp. Nigo feels horrible for what he did. Kaede creates rather marketable plushies of Kiyoshika without her permission. Kyoko she's a little mad, but before they have a chance to react, plushies sell like hotcakes. They're both rich. Ima uses, oh my gosh, the Wonder Twins, they're back to back. Ima runs his Yeet Ball back to the cornucopia for the big touchdown as Kako begins glowing brightly. She is now a light bearer. Everyone that she kills from this point forward will go to the finale with them. Sweet Kako. I can't see Kako killing anybody for real. Let's keep it a buck. She's a little sweet bean. Like, for real? Can you imagine? She'd have to go on a warpath and she'd be like, I did this for the good of everyone, so they could all come with me. It's a new world. It's a Kako world order. That'd be crazy. That's ending 101. So Crazy Yoko tries to go Kamaru, but Kamaru's knight armor diverts the blow. What in the world? Drumi found a chainsaw. Why is it lying around here beyond anyone's guess? But now she starts to think of how many people can lose their limbs. Oh my gosh. Kibo sends out a Pokeball. Out comes Piplup. They splash in the river together. Kibo, be careful. Don't short circuit. Ava casts her around the river, pulls out a golden trout. That's a good drop. But the real treasure? Friendship. Eito is desiccating silently. Hiroko possesses Darumi and walks right off of a cliff. And on her way down, she's like, good job. Hajime finds some leather scraps. That reminds me of that what is the kid's name in Persona 5? What is it? I think it starts with a P. The kid in the metaverse who's driving around in that car collecting flowers and says, "Good job!" I love him. That's my guy. That's my little dude. Kiyoshika creates a spear of air around Komaru and Kyoko, keeping it there long enough for them to suffocate within. I'm just imagining Darumi's in the car with him, and she's just pointing as he says, "Good job." You know what I mean? Anywho, we're down to 13. We lost it. I don't know how even it is, but it feels like we're leaning more towards 100 line, but I think it actually just became even with maybe not, I don't know. We'll find out when we're at 10. For right now, though, we're not, and it's a Clarity Loon 4. Darumi. Komaru. Kyoko. I'm actually a little surprised that this was not Saving Grace Pix Land. You know what I mean? That being said, we will probably get there next round. So let's get to the next round. Let's not dilly, let's not belabor this. We'll go to the next round and we will see. Nigo steadily bounces in their moon shoes. Ava cast her rod in the river. They pulled out a moray eel. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's 2 fish for Ava. She's cooking, y'all. She's cooking. Well, honestly, depending, I guess there is a world she could win by fishing. She's already 2 fish in. That's not terrible. It's round 5, but like, if like things get a little peaceful for a while, she could win via the fish. If you catch every fish in the game, that's a fisherman's victory. There is a special event for if you have all fish. Check, you win. Crazy Yoko is being adorable as always. Kako reminisces about Komaru and sobs quietly. I don't expect that to ever happen, to be honest, but we'll see. It would have to be, I think, a big episode, and that person would have to get a rod early, and they would just have to go fishing out the wazoo. Hiroko rather, does reluctant finds herself having to get rid of Crazy Yoko, or the final 2 are both people who are fishing. That would be kind of hype. Jack is carving her pumpkin into a really cute jack-o'-lantern. It's all kawaii. It's got like little anime blush carved into it. Anywho, Hiruko can no longer stand and let others kill their friends. Hiruko was feeling heroic. Ima can't handle the stress after losing a teammate, becomes more cowardly. Kiyoshika finds a grenade, better be careful with that. Flame Boy kind of wanders off and gets lost in every scene again, could potentially come back. She will not use her grenade, but Kibo will use a Pokeball. Lucario comes out, uses Aura Spear, decimating Kiyoshika. Kaede snaps out of it, and Hajime picks up with Nimku lying in various places. We are down now to your final 10. You know what that means. After this final potential Clarity Loon of the episode 4. Crazy Hiyoko. The Flame Boy. Kiyoshika. Well, with a train in the distance, one thing is about to reign true. It's time for you to make some new picks. Are your picks doing okay? I don't think I picked anybody, but I will now, because it's your Saving Grace picks. As we scroll down, the first one still in is Hiruko, with a scent waving around in the air. Hiruko stands tall. She's got a lot on her plate, but only 1 kill. But you don't even need 1 kill to win these games. Nigo. That's my Migo. I'm still in this thing too. I didn't come back from the dead, but is kind of cooking. Took out 3 people, including his own partner, which is usually a sign for victory in these games. Kibo wants to win this for Flame Boy. Can you do so? And I want to point out Flame Boy was lost. Keep in mind he could potentially come back. Team Boar is all out. Team Tiger is out too. Hajime remains for Team Dragons. Can Hajime, he's probably looking for his wizard robe, dude. He's desperately searching to find it. If he finds it, he might be able to win this whole game. Kako has killed Kurara through gumshoe detective means. Will she get some other kills via her brains? We'll see. Kaede, representing Team Owl, representing Nozomi here today. Well, she's rich. She sold a bunch of plushies and now she's rich. That's all I gotta say about that. Genocide Jack of the squad correct, is here as well. She's a little unstable. She's a little healed, but she's looking to win this thing. She's got a pillow. She might get a little sleepy too, actually. She can start a pillow fight. We'll see if that happens. Team Scorpion's hanging in there entirely. Hold on a minute. Ava and Hiroko are still in. You'll love to see it. We see the two different fish that Ava has. They are, I need to change the names of those fish actually to what they actually are. I just know they're different variations of fish. I need to actually put the names in the thing, but I digress. She's got two different fishes. Will she win? Via fishing means, it's gonna be hard. Via normal means, she's got a 1 in 10 chance. Hiroko as well, Momo. And lastly, we have my guy, Ima. That's my pick for first. You guys can pick first, second, or third in the comments. Let me tell you mine real quick. For first, it's Ima. For second, it's Mama. And for third, she's been catching all the fish. I gotta go for Ava. Those are my picks. It is your top 10. You should have made your new picks in the comments. If you didn't, we're leaving without you. We're leaving the station because it's time as these 10 competitors stand tall with their hearts beating with the same pulse synced up. Fighting is one. With the same heartbeat as a samurai. A samurai. Ah, yes. A samurai woman. Shall we? I believe we must. As we go on, next round C's. Kako just found a laser gun. She's okay, maybe Kako can get a light bearer victory. That's a possibility. Oh my gosh. Ava. She will probably not get a light bearer victory. Casts around the river, pulls out another moray eel. Oh no, her moon is still hidden in the eye like the big pizza pie. That's Samore. Hajime gets a electrovision. Nigo just found a wrestling singlet. It should have been Moko, but that's fine. Casual forgets about any moves, warnings about moves that are being tried at home. Moko warned Nigo. Moko is gone now. Ryoma's back as a zombie. Genocide Jack's brain turns into an absolute pain to deal with. That's not gonna matter in a second because Hiroko gets everyone together for Thanksgiving. She's in charge of the turkey and has never cooked one in her life, so she just wings it. Ima, Hajime, Genocide Jack, Kako, and Hiroko die from severe food poisoning. That's what happens when it's autumn again. Kibo tosses out a Pokeball. Out comes Zapdos, uses Thunderbolt, frying Kaede, and now we're down to just 4. And those 4 are Nigo, Hajime, no, not Hajime, who is it? Hiroko, Kibo, Nigo, and who else is alive? Is it Ava with her fish? Okay, that's hilarious. Okay, where's your final 4, eh? It's a terrible turnabout 4 first. Ima, Hajime, Genocide Jack, Kako, Hiroko, oh my gosh, and Kaede. Hiroko. I've said her name so many times. I stopped, the second the series ends, I start saying it wrong. Anywho, your final 4, Kibo, Hiroko, Momo, Ava, and Nigo are your final 4. I don't know how this is gonna play out, but they are all caught in what we like to call, within our final 4, a crises of fate. Remember, top 2 go on to the premiere. Top 2 are not already in the premiere, rather. Go on to the premiere. I don't think anybody in this is in the premiere. Any of the 4, rather, remaining are in the premiere yet. Ryoma is a zombie. Could get a zombie victory as well. We will go to the next round and we'll see. We currently have our final 2 outside of shenanigans, and they are both 100-line characters. So first and foremost, Hiroko and Ava team up to ambush Kibo, slaughtering him. Remember, they are a tag team, so they were working together. And Nigo sneaks up behind Hiroko, turns her around, and hits her with an RKO out of nowhere. This breaks Hiroko's neck, killing her. And then Ava afterwards says, man, I'm still fishing. And she pulls out another golden trout. She keeps catching copies, dude. She keeps catching copies. Shame on her. It is unfortunate, but it is a terrible turnabout. And not the last one of the episode, but probably the next to the last one of the episode 4. Kibo, Hiroko. So outside of shenanigans, Nigo and Ava go on to the premiere. Which is actually so nice, actually. Hold on a minute. That didn't register in my brain yet, but like, oh. Man, okay, well, I'm glad it's these two together. We will go on, because I can ask you now, who will it be? Nigo, Ava. Ava, who, in 100 line, is probably up there on my list of characters. When I'm talking to Ava, I do enjoy Ava. Nigo, I like more than C-Ray. I don't especially have big beef with Nigo, so you know what? I'm okay with Nigo. Nigo, Ava, both, neither. Or zombie, because we do have Ryoma as a zombie over there. Or fish! This could just go on for a long time and we can see the fish get caught. It doesn't end yet, and no more fish are caught. As Nigo looks for an opponent to fight. As Ava can't wait to kill again. Probably invaders, though. She's looking to kill invaders, you know what I mean? As Ryoma's still dangling his withered limbs around, we proceed to the next round. More things are happening. Ryoma is still rotting. Nigo found a table, hoping to go through it, and Ava cast her rod in the river before pulling out my soundboard. Ava, you were supposed to catch some fish. At least you cast your rod. We will proceed again. Does it end? It does. And as Ryoma's dangling his withered limbs around, let me talk to you. It's been a minute since I've played Invincible Rainbow Arrow. Where is it on the soundboard? Here it is. Ava looks at the soundboard and presses a button. She's like, hold on, what is that banger? She starts dancing, baby, to Invincible Rainbow Arrow. What the words again? Teacups that are flying, all maps mystifying. You'll think that I'm lying, this old tale of mine. A journey through time. Or something like that. Hold on a minute. A permanent fire, cold frost in the pyre. Fruit never expires. You see in your eyes. You see in your mind. Hold on, what do I got? I don't remember the rest. And the blind lead the blind, the marvel loses shine, the eye clouds by design, and we know in our souls, the one hope, the one truth, that if we believe we can make miracles. Hold on, I remember a lot more of that song than I thought I did. Hold on, can we clap it up for the United States Aviator, you know what I mean? Hold on a minute, yeah, hey, get me off of the Zoom, man. Hey, yo, your boy was cooking. He remembered a lot of them words. It's been a long time since I heard that song. But it's in there. Anywho, Nigo slams Ava through a table. This is the end of the show. It's a choke slam. Ava loses, Nigo wins. Give me the... Who knew that Invincible Rainbow Arrow would be, Ava's execution music? In fact, just zoom in on her right now. Ava. Trapped through the dimensions? Hold on, I remember a lot of these words. I was like, trapped through the dimensions, and I was like, those are the words of the song. What's going on here? Hey, Nigo, I need to stop. We need to stop playing the song because I'm about to go listen to that. I'm about to go crazy. Anywho, Nigo wins. No, give Nigo the zoom in. And winning for Team Polar Bear after killing his partner Jin, and once again furthering the proof that if you stab your partner, you will win. And in the name of the ultimate pimp Kazuichi, perhaps even earning a little wrench around the neck, ladies and gentlemen, for the entourage, Nigo gets the win. Nigo did it for the soda. Okay, a lot of this ended up being really, really funny. I'm glad that these two were your final two because they have a connection. Anywho, Hiroko had 9 KOs, Nico had 5, Kibo had 4, Kiyoshika with 3, Shoma with 3, everyone else with 2 or less. Ava and Nigo will go on to the premiere. One of them could become the champion of champions here in the Danganronpa Hunger Games in the premiere. Will it happen? It could. We have seen people who are not usual competitors, even though all of these competitors are now allowed in seasonal action. So if you have some tag team ideas with them, go ahead and get them in there. Get them in there. And you know what, technically, if you have an imposter that competed last season, technically that means that they also can compete in action because they have competed before in all technicalities. Okay then, get your tag team suggestions in. Anywho, that's the episode. Tonight is Infernos. We're still on the beaten path to Ticket to Paradise. What is going on tonight? The other half of your votes for the AWE Golden Ticket match. There are things happening. Neru's fighting some sickos. Sage and Punch Up are determining their challengers at the fight. Nope, at Ticket to Paradise. I don't know why my brain skipped all the way to you know what, I know what it is. It's autumn in my head right now. We just had Thanksgiving, so I'm thinking about the fight before Christmas. Anywho, I'm in arena mode right now. Anywho, not my show. That's happening, some other things are happening, some fights are happening, so get ready to see some fights. It's probably just gonna be a good show. We have a lot of good shows. Sun Davy's doing a great job, and Shingo Lamingo might be losing power at Ticket to Paradise, and I like that. I like that. She stresses Taylor out, so I'm glad that that is out of his hair. Anywho, that's it. That's all I got for you. I'm leaving. Hey, you know what I got? Let me save it, because that could be a gag. Toodaloo, Flight Crew! Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, let me know what you want to see next week. I'm not set in stone yet. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thank you for watching.